What's good, everyone? It is Here Grew Here Podcast, where worlds collide no matter where you reside. Ew. We just love it so much. You already know I am Chanel Simone.
And I'm your girl, April B.
And we have a very special guest, the extraordinary.
Oh, I like that.
Ooh.
Extraordinary. The extraordinary. I like that.
Not y'all gassing me up.
Okay, period. Hold on. We're not done. The extraordinary, full out entertainer, icon. Listen, we're giving it all, full performer. We got Tajonyx.
Hey everybody. I really feel so grateful to be here. Like, I know I'm in good company, so I know we about to have some good conversations. Thank y'all so much for having me on.
No, thank you for coming and agreeing to be a guest co-host.
We love it.
Yeah, I feel like this is the first time we've actually had a guest co-host. Like,
really?
Yeah, we've had guests, but we've never had a guest co-host.
Am I a friend of the show?
Are you? Yes!
I love to be a good friend of the show, baby.
We find out to be a reoccurring.
That's what I was about to say.
And don't make us go viral off of this, baby, because, baby, this is going to be...
I'm going to try my best to give you some virality. Okay?
Ooh, virality. I'm learning new words. I just feel great. So, y'all, we're super excited to be here because you guys know we just love our podcast, but we also love the people that we interact with. And I think that's one of the most important things about what me and Chanel do. Mm-hmm. So thank you for coming. How are you, though?
I'm good. You know, we've been hit with a lot in my community. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A lot of us are just kind of coming up for air right now, but I'm doing good. I feel very blessed, and I'm choosing joy.
I love that.
I think that's important in the face of adversity to let these motherfuckers know you're not going to steal my joy.
Period.
So
you can break my soul.
Boom.
You can break my soul.
I'm telling
you. won't break my soul.
I'm telling everybody. Really,
you know, because everybody got that friend that do the most. And both of y'all look at me like,
and it's always a Virgo.
All right.
It's always a Virgo.
Sorry.
We literally went.
Zendaya, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, the list goes on and on.
And more. That clip.
And more. No, that was cute though.
That clip gonna be when you have the extra friend.
Like,
I mean, you know.
And Michael, what I want you to do is get the reactions from.
That was priceless.
Love it so much.
No, I can see the caption now.
We love that. No, I was really looking because I'm like, well, I'm not gonna sing after that.
That's why I went straight to Frida.
That's what I know.
Release your wiggle. Gotcha. Okay.
Look, and the synergy between you two is just there, and so it was so funny that both of y'all did it, and we're like, because this nigga right here.
No, but we love that. So you know, like you said, you're choosing joy in this time. Before we start really getting into like what the fuck is going on in the world, let's talk about Tajonyx, the entertainer.
Yes.
So let's start with how long ago or how long have you been doing this?
So been singing since I was 6.
Wow.
In public.
Okay.
So me and my mom, when we were at the house, my mom would clean. My mom's a singer. Okay. So she would be cleaning around the house. You know how black folks is, you know, on Saturday morning. CC Winans. Okay. So cleaning around the house and stuff, and she's always been a gospel singer. She actually was in a singing group with her sisters. And they would go from door to door performing for people in the neighborhood. They never really made it out of their local area. So in a lot of ways, I'm going for this because I feel like it's a dream that my mom had, and I want to continue that for my mom.
I love that.
In a way, and I feel like in a lot of ways, I'm such her child. And so I feel like in a lot of ways, she gave the dream to me in a way. So I do feel like it's up to me to really like take it there for myself, but also for moms. So.
Dang. So been singing publicly since 6. When did you know like, okay, I could really do this now? Like, at what moment was that? Like,
I think that I got a lot of praise from the beginning as a child singing. You know, in our community, they're going to give you a lot of praise when you do the least, right? Like, as a child.
Yeah.
You know, so.
That A for effort.
Yeah, exactly. So I would do.
Ahead, baby.
Boom. I would do little plays and stuff for my family and stuff like that. I would sing at church and stuff. I think it was when I started getting validation from my peers about singing. Because, you know, adults are going to tell you whatever. But when I started singing in the choir at elementary school and I was getting the solos, when I was in elementary school, My Heart Will Go On was out.
Oh, Celine Dion.
Yes.
That is one of my favorites.
Yes.
Here, there's nothing
I ain't going to sing because they want me to sing last time.
And I know that my heart will go on.
Ooh.
I love that we're at this place where we're going to be breaking off the song because this is literally my everyday. And people be looking at me like I'm crazy. So I'm glad I'm in this company where we can just like break off a song.
Wait, so did you sing that?
I did. That was my first like big solo at my school. And I got the solo. And from then on, it was just like, let's go. I got addicted to that crowd. I was like, I like how this feels. And being a young, effeminate boy, you know, I felt like a lot of my life was, don't do this. Boys don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, make sure you.
How was that?
Yeah, make sure you do this. Make sure you do that. And I felt like singing was the one thing that really like got respect from people when I would open my mouth to sing or act. People would, even like my bullies would be like, okay, you did that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Fake ass bullies.
Yeah.
You had to sing or perform for them or something?
Like when I would perform at schools,
and stuff,
shows and stuff like that, you know, they'd be in the audience like clapping and stuff, giving me my tens.
But then trying to bully you.
But trying to bully me.
Fake ass bullies.
They be trying to bully me and trying to fight me because I got a slick mouth on me too.
Oh,
so
them Virgos do.
No, them Virgos. And one thing that somebody told me, like I had a homeboy who was like, he was gay when he was younger, and his daddy always say one thing about, I don't want to say the gays.
The gays?
Okay. You know, I don't want. One thing a guy always told me was, you gotta have a slick mouth growing up because these people will try you. And that man said, my own daddy was like, look, if this gonna be you, I ain't raising no goddamn punk. You
have to.
I
wasn't like that in the beginning. I took a lot of shit at the beginning. Can we cuss on this?
Yeah.
I took
Fuck yeah.
Well, fuck shit ass bitch. Ass hat.
Tell the bullies out there, pussy ass.
Yeah, y'all been trying to add me on social media, bitch. It's never going to happen. If he's here, you'll be watching me from your television screen.
Period.
Okay.
Hello. The fuck?
But yeah, so that was like the one moment where I was just like, okay, the bullies actually kind of chilled out for a minute and like respected me and paid attention to me. Because I've always been like an attention whore a little bit as a child. And just like a ham.
I could see.
I'm a show dog through and through. I'm the black version of Ryan from High School Musical. 1000%.
Okay.
The hood version. So, but yeah, so that's really how that was. But to your point of growing up as a effeminate young kid, my world around me was very heteronormative. So I didn't know what being gay was.
Yeah.
So when people would call me that in school, I was called faggot, you know, from a young age. And I'll be like, what are y'all talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. People projected sexuality on me as a kid, which I find it to be hilarious that the right is always saying we are projecting our sexuality on them because we're just living our lives. When in most instances, they have projected sexuality on us the moment we have been conceived into the world. They were calling me gay before I even knew what my own sexuality was, and I didn't even understand it. Through learning, I know now that I'm bisexual, queer, gender nonconforming. But at the time, it was like steeped in religion. Both my parents are ministers. Heteronormative world. If somebody was gay, they damn sure weren't gonna say it at the church. That was really my only place where I had like social time outside of school. And I'm coming up, you know, in the 90s. Wasn't nobody talking about being gay in the 90s at all. So I genuinely didn't think I was. I didn't come out really until I was 28 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm Christian. You grow up in the house. You grow up, you know, as a Christian, you grow up learning that it's a sin. And so I spent a lot of my life because I'm bisexual, focusing on girls. I'm just now, this is within the last 2 years. So
20.
Yeah.
And 2. And because you said something, you said both your parents were ministers.
And still are.
Hallelujah.
Roko Basha.
Hey, listen.
And I still believe in God. I'm still a Christian, even though people like to put it on me that I'm a demon and stuff like that. I'm like, me and God were right there with each other. Like, we are really good. We have a great relationship.
Even though you came out in 28, is it one of them instances where people know, like
did your parents was like, boy, please?
You know what? See, this is the thing. Like, I think that, and I'm actually gonna make a video about this on my social media. The Christian community likes to trade the word faith and denial interchangeably. And so a lot of it, I feel like my parents we're believing God, turning a blind eye to the truth of who I was, so much so that they were blindsided when I came out to them. I came out to them before I came out to anybody else in 2018. Yeah, 2018, I came out to them. I sat them down. I said, this is what it is. I don't want you finding out by somebody else. That's disrespectful. I respect you as my mother and father enough to tell you first, this is who I am. And like, if you don't agree, pray for me. But it's taken me a long time to get to this point because a lot of people don't realize that people kill themselves over this type of shit.
Yeah.
And I was really on that path where when you don't know who you are and you end up finding love in all the wrong places. I end up having feelings for a straight man, falling for him. And that was like around 28. And that really was a catalyst for me to be like, okay, now, bitch, we really got to sit down. Because I know you like girls, but this nigga over here, you like him too.
Yeah.
And so I really had to be like, you know what? I can't do this anymore. Like, I really have to like tell the truth and tell people who I am. And you can't, if you don't have no secrets, nobody can hold anything over you.
Yeah.
And so from there, it was like a slow journey of me really expressing myself. And I would say the gender expression came very recently, where I've just become a lot more comfortable in expressing my femininity and embracing it completely. I would say it really started, a lot of people don't know this, I started kind of getting bald up here, as men do, of a certain age. And the wigs were an opportunity for me to play and just like hide that, you know.
You got a short wig, a pixie cut.
Oh, girl, I got them all. I got two. I got a whole.
Feel like you cheating.
Okay, I got a whole damn beauty supply store in my house. It's getting out of hand.
What's your go-to? What's your go-to style?
I love a icy blonde, dark root situation.
Ooh.
Blonde looks good on me. Lighter colors look good on me. So I love that situation. I literally just got a wig in the mail today. It's a problem.
Oh, okay.
It's a problem.
Are you a bust down girly?
I'm a bust down.
Okay.
I'm a full bust down. If I didn't have this on, it would be busted down. Okay.
Wow.
I love it. And look, you got to start from the part when they're doing your hair. They got to be on the other side of the room with that red top on and go right in.
There you go.
So that's yes. I'm very. I just heard that people are saying bust downs are ghetto now.
I feel like
that is
nice
wild to
bust
me.
down.
A nice bust down is ghetto.
Because if you have the cone bust down, it's ghetto.
First of all, let's be clear. A bust down is just a middle part.
It's literally a middle part.
I'm like, part.
Is it the
I think
term?
once we gave it the term bust down, that's when people started saying, "Oh, that's ghetto." But it's literally just a middle part. Like,
And honestly, I feel like it depends on who wear it too. Because I see women who have the bust down, and it do look just a little, even though it's literally a middle part. I don't know if it's the baby hairs.
It's the baby hairs.
Okay.
It's the application of the baby hairs. You have to be very careful because it really can go from
baby
elegance to Rasputia.
Yes.
In 0 seconds.
And then on Instagram, I seen a lawyer with her picture like this with a nice flat jet.
I'm really winning cases.
And it gave baby.
I'm educated.
Baby, call me Olivia Pope. Okay. Call me Annalise Keaton.
I think so. It could either be the person or the baby hair.
Yeah.
I done seen somewhere. I'm like,
I think people are getting way too out here with the baby hairs. I'm just going on record and say that right now. Like
they're connecting them to their eyebrows, and that's just crazy.
Why is your baby hair 2 centimeters above your eyebrow? like this
first of all, some of y'all forehead mad little. Y'all forehead, y'all don't even have a forehead.
Then they want to bring the wig up on their forehead. Like, we all know you have a big forehead, baby. You're not hiding anything, okay?
That's funny. I saw what's her name? Aaliyah J. She's a content creator, and she spoke about how she was very insecure about her forehead so much that she was probably gonna go get like hairline surgery.
Okay,
but she started wearing her wig super to the front, and she was like, "Girl, that shit look like
wig blindness is real. Wig blindness is real, and let me tell you what's funny. White women are experiencing the same wig blindness that we experienced in like 2010 when the lace wigs first came out. Now they're getting into them.
Yeah.
And they have the wig blindness. They're in the wig blindness stage, and it's hilarious.
Listen.
First of all, the Avril Lavigne days, when the Brazilian bundles started coming out, if I show you pictures from 5-6 years ago,
baby, that Indian... what was it? Remy,
the
blue and black,
Never let your girl down.
A blue and black pack. Don't talk to me.
Don't talk to me at all.
Was
Remy was for the elegant bitches.
Yeah.
Like,
hello.
What was it?
Got a nice job.
Milky Way.
Milky Way was when you just wanted a quick little bob. Yeah, and you had a little money.
The 27 piece.
A new cut. A new color.
Yeah.
Baby,
the Edward Scissorhands of it all.
The Remy Indian Ocean, whatever it was called. If I bought that with the box. Not even a pack, it was a box.
Baby, you ain't saying, listen.
You wasn't cutting that sweet.
It is so funny because I've always loved hair, even before I started doing, like, wearing wigs and stuff. So I always was hyper observant of Black women and how they would do their hair and take their time in the mirror to do their hair and the application of their lace fronts, even before lace fronts. Like, my sister would come to me sometimes to do her hair to go out to the club. Like, so it's always been there. No.
He's not doing those something.
I don't do hair enough to feel confident to do it on somebody else, like, full time. I really don't. Like, yeah.
But you can help me do a little.
Yes. Okay. I can clean you up, polish you, you know what I'm saying? That. But I'm not ever going to say, like, no. My professional hairstylist, what he does to me, I cannot replicate. But yeah, so, yeah, I just think it's weird that the bust down is becoming a whole, like, y'all are trying to take it and make it this whole like ghetto thing. Like, it's always been a Black thing, and I'm just like, why are we putting the word ghetto on top of it? Because I guarantee y'all ain't saying that to the white women that have literally spent their whole lives with what? A bust down.
Okay.
Well, and if you think about it too, I feel like if they can't make money off of it or make it into their own, then that's when they try to make it something that it's not. So, like, I always talk about this because this to this day still makes me mad.
When Kim
Kardashian had cornrows and they tried to call it boxer braids by the white media, and we was like, girl, that's cornrows. Like,
nobody has Black friends, and it's very evident. It's very evident you don't have Black friends. When you're trying to make up a name for something, you literally can walk down the street and be like, what is this called?
Yeah, and
a Black woman, baby, that's braids. Like,
we're gonna get you together.
I'm sorry, I brought the subject completely off my music. So.
No.
Well, yeah. So let's get back to the music, right? Because you just had an album drop.
I did. Not too long ago.
Hold on. Let me get a little. You can't hear it, but
Fog going woo 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 woo.
So how are you feeling about the album drop?
I'm feeling good. So I dropped the album in 2023 and have literally been standing on couches since then talking about this album. Because, you know, when you're independent, it's okay to have a longer rollout. You know, like, you know, a lot of people try to make you feel like, oh, single. But my thing is, like, if this is something I'm incredibly proud of, and I know I'm an independent artist and I don't have a machine behind me, why would I not continue promoting it until the next project comes out? And I believe in this project so much. This project came out of such a place of darkness. When I started writing the album, which is called Phantom Fire, we were in the middle of a pandemic, and I was fresh off a breakup. So when everybody was isolating, my boyfriend at the time and I were isolating, but that time, they was always saying during the pandemic, it's making or breaking couples. It broke us down. Okay. And so break up, we didn't live together. Okay. There was arguments about that too, y'all. But, we broke up, and then I find myself isolated with my roommate going through a breakup. At the same time, George Floyd's happening, and Ahmaud Arbery's happening, which a lot of people don't know that Ahmaud Arbery was shot in the town that I used to be a music teacher in. Wow. So I have ran in those white neighborhoods. I have jogged in those white neighborhoods. I know what that's like. It could have easily been me. And so for me, I was like, you hear it again and again, a true artist speaks to the times. And so for me, it was like, how can I encapsulate the Black experience, the Black queer experience, because that is very, very different. That intersectionality is very different, and it's very particular. It's very particular. And also just kind of like share my story of what got me here over the last I was 35 at that time. So yeah, it was really a labor of love, and all came out of my pocket. So I was just so excited to release it out to the world, and I'm very happy to have an album out as an artist. That's just such a, I came from the 90s and 2000s. Yeah. So when an artist had an album out, baby, they have arrived. Yeah. And so, having an album out, I do feel a sense of man, this is great.
As you should.
Yeah. So it definitely felt like an accomplishment and a turning of the page in my life.
What has been some of the reviews on the album that you've gotten so far?
Oh man. Let's see. Todrick Hall heard one of the songs and he liked it.
Todrick.
Yeah.
Let's see who else. I have Tiffany Evans on one of the songs.
Oh, okay.
We love Tiffany.
Yeah, and she murdered it like always. The lead single has over 30,000 streams.
Wow, congratulations.
We have a Grammy-nominated celloist on it who's worked with Beyonce and Brandy and bands like Evanescence and stuff.
Oh, baby, this is
this is a production.
Okay, now you see why I'm promoting it still. But the reception has been overwhelmingly positive.
That's good.
I've been able to perform this project in front of crowds, and they receive it very well.
That's good.
I was able to headline my first music festival from this project. And so I think that's a direct example of the music did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, obviously I love it, but those are kind of the indicators that I got from people outside of me about how they felt about the project.
So, we met at a Media Girls Network brunch. Shout out to Media Girls Network.
Media Girls.
And one of the things, so we were talking, y'all. We were just having regular conversation. You know how that goes. And we were like, me and Chanel left, and we were like, oh, we like him.
Love him.
He has great conversation. We should have him come on.
Yeah.
Because I started asking questions, Sha. I was really
into the shade room at the table.
It really
but
did.
You know what? You asked questions, but what I think we loved mostly about the conversation with you was you were more inquisitive, and not from a point of bias, but more so of please
help me understand.
And so it was a conversation, but it wasn't one of them we getting loud or anything.
No.
It was very just a very safe space. So we were let's have him come on the show.
I mean, best believe if I'm gonna ask a Black woman for what it's like to be a Black woman, I'm not gonna argue that point. Just I don't want a motherfucker arguing what it is to be a Black, bisexual, gender non-conforming man in the world. You better learn. You better sit down and listen.
Yeah.
And so that's how I feel. I feel every time I'm around a Black person, it's a Black person, but especially a Black woman, it's an opportunity for me to learn what it is like to be in their shoes. Because a lot of people don't understand when they say that the most disrespected person in the world is a Black woman, that shit is real. But the big elephant in the room, though, is who do y'all think is under that? Black queer men, okay? We are even more so under y'all, in the sense of the Black community doesn't respect us because we're queer. The white community doesn't respect us because we're Black. And so it's people who are within the gender binary don't respect us because we're not in the gender binary. So it's all of these.
Can you explain that? Gender binary?
So the gender binary is male and female.
Okay.
People would constitute me as gender non-binary.
Okay.
I call myself gender non-conforming. I feel like that really is more so where I reside, because when I'm not dressed like this, I'm just like a whole nigga. So it's basketball shorts. It's very much like giving
like
wife beater and
right past you in the store, like
yeah. So I'm really only dressed up like this in my artist mode. It's a way for me to really express my divine femininity.
Okay.
So, but there are people who are gender non-binary that live their entire life like this because this is who they are. And so, science is real. And we found out through science that even though a person can be born male or female, depending on the X or Y chromosome combinations they can have, they can still feel like a woman if they're in a man's body, or feel like a man if they're in a woman's body. And there's a whole science behind that. And I want our community to really learn that, because we are constantly being taught that gender non-binary people don't exist. You're either male or you're female. You're either masculine or feminine, and a man can't be this and a woman can't be that. And we put all these gender roles on top of each other, but y'all don't know that a white-ass European man wrote a book about gender 100 years ago, and people said, you know what, I'm gonna listen to him. So he said in the book, pink is for girls, blue is for boys. And everybody said, okay, that's a great idea. That shit ain't founded in no real, merit. It's not innate to our culture at all, And so that's what I'm trying to get people to understand, is the whole concept of gender is a very new concept. And so that's what I would explain when you ask me that question.
I have a question.
Question?
Tell me about me.
Yo, this whole time we having this interview,
well, y'all opened up the floodgates. So
my question is, so maybe last year we saw Saucy Santana get ridiculed for his thoughts on how gay men have really it's women stealing from gay men and not the opposite way, right? And so you just spoke about obviously black women being the most disrespected people in America, and then right under that is black gay men. What do you say to people who say, why are you comparing the two, I guess? Like, how can you compare black women to black gay men?
And it's kind of like how Big Sexy is going around.
It's certainly, I don't look at it as comparing apples to oranges. Honestly, I find that from my experience and from the queer black men that I know, we have such a reverence for black women. We respect black women so much, and we do have similar experiences with dealing with these niggas, and the disrespect that we have when we're dealing with men on the daily. That's why you find a lot of black women do have a gay or queer best friend, because they know this person doesn't want anything from them. They're just there to love them and support them truly in a way. There's no underlying motive, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're dealing with a lot of straight men, sometimes there is like that sexual motive where like, I just want to be friends with you. Yeah. And I can't even be friends with you because you're trying to take it to a place that we never were going to go in the first place. And so I think I would shy away from the word compare. I just think that we're honestly a lot alike in a lot of ways. I do think that people don't realize how discarded and neglected the black gay man is. A lot of us have big personalities. A lot of us do hair. A lot of us do this and that. And to your point, when Saucy Santana was saying that, he was right. I mean, of course, black women have set a wonderful foundation for makeup and hair and how that is expressed in our community. But gay men definitely have flourished that foundation. When you think about contours, when you think about brows, when you think about wigs, when you think about lining the lip, you know what I'm saying? All of those things, the jawline and defining that with makeup, because queer people and trans women would have to, in order to be passable, so they wouldn't literally get killed, they would have to make sure that they looked as passable as possible. And so, you know, when you see a dope, fly black woman and she recognizes your dopeness and y'all end up being friends, next thing you know, you in the bathroom together and you're, oh, you need to do this with your hair. Oh, you need to do that. And so the lines have become very, very crossed. And so I do understand where a lot of black women do feel like we're taking from them, but we're taking their aesthetic from them. But I would beg to differ. I would say that gay black men have contributed to that aesthetic just as much as you have contributed to that aesthetic. It's actually an aesthetic that we share together, and we don't need to be on opposite ends of the spectrum, like warring with each other over an aesthetic that we created together. It's ours, and there's beauty in it.
I don't think people know how far back all of this goes. So to some, like, you know, back then I have even like uncles and people like, oh yeah, I grew up with a gay uncle. You know, like this is past just what we know and what we see on TV. I think I was listening to RuPaul and how he grew up, and he was saying, baby, this is nothing new. Like,
it's not.
Imagine me in the 70s being a whole, like I was in high school as a woman, like, and you'll be surprised how many of him and the people that he grew up with set the tone for a lot of stuff. So when I actually sat down and listened to RuPaul, because, you know, we thinking, like I said, this is, like, we just think this is something new. Like, y'all just came up out of nowhere.
Exactly.
But it actually goes down further. So I think if people actually...
It even goes further than that. I mean, high heels were intended for men to wear.
Oh, we saw the Isley Brothers in the...
but even further than that, when you think of like the 1700s, like men were wearing wigs, they were wearing makeup, powdering the fuck out of their face, they were wearing heels, they were wearing dresses, they were wearing dresses. So that's what I'm saying. This idea of gender is so new, and people are riding on it till the wheels fall off. They standing on 10 about it, and it's just like, bitch, you don't even know your history. Calm down. Pipe down, because you look stupid.
I read that modeling contributed from gay men.
Yeah. All of that stuff, women. Learning how to walk on a runway, that's all of that comes from the ballroom. Yeah. That comes from the ballrooms, literally. So, like I said, I think it's something that can be shared. I don't think we need to be at war over it. It really just pisses me off when people are at war over it. Like, you would never understand how many comments, hate comments I get under my shit about, you want to be a woman, you want to, and it's just like, baby, if I wanted to be a woman, I would be a woman. Okay?
But you know what?
I love what I have between my legs.
I think it's his delivery.
He was like, y'all learn from the gays. Like, I think it was like
because you see how you just explained it, and it's like,
you get pissed off when, like, you got to think about it. Like, I get that hate. You can imagine how much hate he gets under his comments
and
all
his
the time.
Is so
you
big
start getting mad. You start getting like, this is some stupid shit that y'all keep on perpetuating. And when did he ever say he wanted to be a woman?
No,
he's never said that. Yeah. I've never said I want to be a woman. Y'all are just taking shit out of thin air and creating a narrative that nobody even said. And that's the issue.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I tried to get a gay bestie, but he told me he liked women, and I was shocked. I could have. I'm not gonna hold you.
Was he queer or like
no,
straight?
Literally, he was like, so what's your dating life like? And I was like, you know, I'm not dating. And you know how, like, you don't want to offend somebody because even though, like you said, a feminine energy is coming off of them.
Thank you, boo.
It's like, I don't want to be like, what kind of men do you like?
And
so I was just like, oh, well, what's your dating life like? And he was like, I'm trying to find me a woman right now. And I was like, yo.
Not the child. Yeah. In front of it.
Yes. So that's why I was like, oh, okay. So, you know, I've always wanted a gay bestie. I don't know about anybody else, but
there are, believe it or not, there are, and I don't want to call them this because I do think it's unfair to call them this, but there are, the only term is effeminate heterosexual men.
Okay.
There are those types of men out there, and they usually make amazing husbands.
That's what she about to say.
You know, I told you, I know this one girl personally, and she older than me, but you know how, like, we ain't got no man, and she pretty much had a gay best friend. But he was one of them, like, I mean, if he didn't say he was gay, he could kind of pass off. It was one of them. And she said if she didn't have a kid by 35, that she's
lavender marriage.
Yeah,
and that's what it's called.
They call it a lavender marriage. I don't know particularly in your case, in that particular case, if it would be deemed as a lavender marriage because I don't know if he's strictly gay or is he?
I don't know, but pretty much he was bisexual. Let's just say that.
Okay, bisexual wouldn't be so much of a lavender marriage. A lavender marriage is when a gay man and a straight woman get married, and they just live their lives in peace, and they have their fun, and then they come back home. But you know what?
I don't even know if he liked women. I just knew he was gay for sure. I knew that much. How deep, I didn't know. But it was one of them like they grew up together since college. He always wanted a kid, but he didn't feel like spending like a lot of money on adoption. She always
it's giving lavender.
So she always wanted a baby, and she was like, "Damn, I've been knowing you since I was 21. I'm 36 now." His mom. She never had a grandkid, and she always, so it was more so like,
why not?
I'm 36, you want a kid, I want a kid. Yeah. We don't have to get married, but you will be an amazing father.
If they're a good person. And
it wasn't no eggs. I think they did it.
Hey.
I think they they did it naturally. They did. I will say
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Because she did say she wanted to feel.
She wanted the full package.
And the next thing you know,
and she got it.
Their little daughter 4 years old now.
Oh, that's so cute.
And then I think she went on a podcast, and I'll probably send it to y'all. And it was like, well, do you feel like you don't have a support? That was like, baby, he's step. Like, for granted, we don't sleep with each other, we don't live together. Yeah. But I think they stay 30 minutes, like pretty much, baby. I mean, I'm not a single mother. I'm just single. Like, baby, he stepped.
I mean, that's a beautiful story. I'm telling you, we have been indoctrinated to look at what family means in such a rigid way, and it's just like I try my best not. There can be more than one type of family, and I try my best not to judge any family because at the end of the day, as long as love is at the center, especially when you are bringing up a child, that child is going to grow up and be a very, very well-adjusted human being. So I mean, that's what it's about at the end of the day. You got so many straight people out here that got children and never should have had them.
Hello.
You know, I mean, I know that firsthand from being a teacher.
Yeah.
You know, they never should have been parents. No. Like they really never should have been parents.
We be like, girl, God, why are you giving
you know what she made me think? I'm like, I'm 32, guys, and I'm really not in a rush, but I'm like, dang, if I was to have a little baby, like, would I do that? Like, hey.
If you want a child, you want a child.
Yeah, and he wanted one too, so it was like, why not?
Yeah, why not? Why not? As long as you can take care of it.
That's it.
And he's agreeing to take care of it as well.
No, and
y'all are friends.
Honestly,
and
he
y'all
was honored. He didn't even know she was even thinking about that. He was like, yo, and when he was like, are you sure? Like, if this is what you want? And she was like, no, I'm sure. Like, you've been there with me for 15 plus years.
Yeah.
Oh, April, could you do that? No, if
I don't even really want kids, so there would be no point for me.
But if it was like, I'm getting older, there's no man, I would rather this, you know what? I hate to use the word desperate with this situation because it sounds
I don't think
bad,
it's desperate.
But if I didn't want to do adoption, I don't know. You know what? I think I might. I probably would at 40.
Yeah, I think, when you're ready, you're ready. And we live in a day and age now where you don't have to wait on a man to do anything.
Like, I can go straight to the bank.
Yeah, so I don't think it's desperation.
Your husband was an
ex-murderer, or you didn't know it.
He ejaculated in a cup just so you could have a child.
That was the greatest reality TV
cinema.
No, okay. So y'all, let's get into some things, right? Because you started off the conversation with, your community is just trying to come up for air. Trump's now in office, and
who?
The
little orange Cheeto man.
Okay.
What's the name? Is 47? The 47.
Well, he's 47 or 48.
I'm 47.
I call him the Keebler elf.
Okay, well, the Keebler elf has been in office, and he just went in. Somebody said Trump didn't even take his jacket off. He just came right the fuck in and just started.
He really did.
But most of you spoke about the gender thing, and now he's declared that there's only 2 genders. So how did y'all feel about that? Like, how do you feel about what Trump has done with the gay community in itself and just revoked a lot of the laws and all of that stuff?
It's heartbreaking. It really is heartbreaking. it's heartbreaking. You know, it's heartbreaking to see my friends who are trans feel unsafe because they don't know if they can use the proper bathroom that matches how they feel inside. And when you're doing that, you are literally setting up trans people to be killed. You're setting up trans people, you're putting their life in danger. And it's heartbreaking, even down to, you know, the hiring process. Now he has made it where businesses that are hiring can reject you if you are, you know, queer, gay, trans, gender non-binary. And these are things that are just like so homophobic, so deeply homophobic and so hurtful to our community. But at the same time, one thing I know about my brothers and sisters and theys and thems is we know how to survive. We have dealt with opposition. Many of us our whole lives. So baby, we know how to make a penny turn into $1. We know how to stretch it. $1 out of 15 cents. We know how to stretch it. We know how to take care of ourselves. So I know and I have faith in my community that we will still rise above. All of the opposition that is being put our way, we're still going to win. We're still going to win because of who we are as individuals and the love that we have for our community that spreads outward. So I know that we are experiencing rough times, but not even just us. I mean, the DEI programs that are being...
And that's what I'm going to say, like... It really just seems like an attack on.
It seems spiteful.
Black and brown people.
It seems like even the Department of Education losing funding. It
like,
seems spiteful.
It's like you're trying to take us back. You
know?
Like,
They are.
They're trying to take us back.
You're
taking away civil rights. You're taking away, you know, all of these things that honestly not only push our culture forward, but push the world forward. Or some people felt like it just maxed the other part of this.
Meanwhile, my egg's still $7. Wasn't that what he was supposed to be?
That's what I thought y'all voted for.
Yeah,
that's what
they said. Them black Trump supporters, or just Trump supporters as a whole, is real quiet. Because April and I were. You know, but sometimes as journalists, we have to take our feelings out of things, right?
Yes.
So we've talked.
That's why I'm not a journalist.
We've talked to friends about who were strongly with Trump, right? And everything that...
Oh, y'all have friends that are Trump.
Well, we have friends that are Trump supporters. Yes. Yeah. We have friends who are avid Trump supporters.
I don't know them.
And most...
all of the ones that were, they've been deleted. They've been cut out of my life. So I respect y'all for being able to keep that
majority the friends that we do have, they're business owners, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so it's not even they're business owners. And we've talked to business owners who we know, and they be like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm with Kamala, but business wise, money wise, I'm with him. Yeah. So everything that they've talked about with Trump, nothing was our health, our education. It was also their business because everything was money. Every conversation was money. So April was like, so what about your kids? Like, what? It was like, oh, I mean, I pay for healthcare out of pocket anyway, so I don't really care. So you don't care about that because you pay for healthcare out of pocket. What about me?
Exactly. We're in an oligarchy right now. Yeah. Capitalism is the president.
Yep.
So it's just like the only thing we can do is just focus on us. Make the next right step that we can make.
Some of them not even in the tax bracket to really get that Trump effect.
No.
You can't be at FedEx talking about, well, Trump put money in my pocket. What money?
Trump never put money in anybody's pocket. That was Biden that did that. And people have that so messed up. Trump never was the one sending out the stimulus. That was already in motion before he
he was really about to go that year. So, I mean, from that first 3 years, ain't nobody...
He just got lucky. He just got...
Oh, and you saw that he has done away with the World Health Organization as well.
Oh, yeah.
So that just further proves that he didn't give a fuck about COVID when it happened. No, he didn't give a fuck about the people.
But that's what happened with, and I hate to get real political because I know we got a little bit to talk about. But honestly, that's how COVID even spread because he cut the CDC.
Exactly.
You know.
It's literally his fault.
That stimulus is what kind of saved him. First of all, Trump went against 2 women.
They was never.
You already had a higher advantage, but you see, he lost against the man. Okay,
it's disrespectful and a slap in the face. I'm gonna say it again for the soundbite. It's disrespectful and a slap in the face to all black women to have a qualified black woman be in the running to become president, overqualified, and still lose to a convicted felon, a rapist, a misogynist, a piece of shit.
Emphasis on the piece of shit. But that's America, right? How many times have you or any of our friends that we know have gone in to get a job or something, and we've been the overqualified minority, and we've watched people come in and can't even read, that don't look like us but kind of look like this, and we're like, what's going on? I think, this is what America is.
It really is.
How do you feel about Snoop and Nelly, Rick Ross? Soulja
It's getting weird. It's getting weird.
You see, they were quiet during the campaigning, but as soon as
I disagree. I saw Nelly talking about, what did he say?
The office.
He respects the office, and he said something, and it was a point that he made that it did make sense. But my thing is, I get your point, Nelly, but we got a lot on the line here.
Yeah.
For our community, people that look like you. Why would you undermine what we're trying to do for our community by showing your face in the house of a man who is racist? So for me, it's like, I know money is money, but all money ain't good money.
Nope.
And so,
and in this case, all kinfolk, Snoop and kinfolk.
Yeah, Snoop and Nelly is like, while I have a huge respect for your music careers, I don't agree with what you did, because it's almost like you're putting a black stamp of approval on this bullshit.
Yeah.
Whether or not you meant for it to be like that, that's the perception.
Yeah.
And, Chrisette Michelle should have taught all y'all.
Now, let's talk, hold on, before we get to Chrisette Michelle, because that right there enough, but Snoop did release a statement saying like, oh, y'all, we can't be haters all of our lives, and somebody had to step in and stuff, after he was the main one up there saying, which one of y'all jive turkeys is gonna go and perform?
I be the one master.
And he was actually the one's master. So,
that's what Nelly said. Nelly said, if people can risk their life and die for our country, I can go and sing for our and rap for our country and perform for our country. That was his argument. And I was like,
no, people didn't risk their lives and die for our country, and as far as, because what you're talking about and our ancestors are two totally different things. Our ancestors didn't risk their lives and die for our country. They risked their lives and died so that we could grow up in a country that would seemingly treat us as we were equal. Now, did they do that? No. I don't care what America looked like before. We still were oppressed, and if cutting these DEI programs and all of that, even though we found out that the number one recipient of DEI programs, government assistant and all that, is white women, but
Hakuna Matata,
doesn't teach you anything. That's not what we did not do that. That was not for our country. That was our ancestors dying for us.
I think he was speaking more in the vein of military.
Boy, bye, because you wasn't in no military.
No, he was saying, like, if black people can be in the military fighting for our country, then why can't I sing? Blah, blah. And my thing is, like, black people ain't fighting for our country, baby.
No.
Black people are fighting for black people.
That's it.
Okay? We are fighting for our freedom. The black people that are in the service, they know what's on the line, and they're willing to risk their life so that
they could take care of their family, take care of them.
And that's what I was about to say. Like, you're talking about that, like,
you're really
to me,
patriotic.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, girl.
Please.
Ain't nobody doing nothing on 4th of July but some barbecue.
Everything out his ass. And what somebody said, well, if they didn't invite no black people, y'all still would have had a problem.
I don't think we would have said anything.
Not at all.
I don't think
we would have been completely fine.
We would have been fine.
And you know what's another thing? And he did this while he served his first term. I ain't never seen a president who could sound shit that damn fast.
That boy was like, zoop.
Yeah.
He was getting them things out of there.
They was like this.
They was like, this is
and now we're learning that Project 2025, even though he was trying to say, oh, we're still looking over, we're not sure.
It's in full effect. Right? We're watching it.
It's happening.
We're watching it. So,
but my thing is, why wasn't the first call to action lowering groceries,
gas?
Why wasn't the first
rent,
call to action
mortgage?
Yeah, like
I could go on and on.
You doing everything.
You can do everything else. How is we living in the land of the free? How is we supposed to get the American dream and I can't even afford to eat? People are choosing between eating and a roof over their head, eating and gas in their car.
Quite literally.
And then it's affecting children because if you have they said the average person who has a job in America is like 3 jobs. But then they have kids, right? Mm-hmm. So not only are they not with their kids because they have to work 2-3 jobs, but then it's like, oh, you should have never laid down, which some of y'all should have. I agree. But then at the same time, they can't be with their kids. Now their kids in the streets, right? Now your kid's bad because your mother was never there. And it all starts trickling.
It's a cycle. It's a full cycle.
It all just starts trickling down. Poor Linda don't even know what to do. Father probably not in the house.
She gonna give it a name.
Personified.
Okay. All I gotta say is y'all better get y'all ass to the polls for midterms. Get your ass to the polls in 2028. Like, let's really and even like with our local legislators.
Yes.
Get your ass to the poll. Like, you see now what can happen when you drop the ball on making sure that we're set up for success as a people. So it's just all the black people that talking about they don't vote and all this shit. I'm just like, well, now you see what you got.
Yeah. And I love when they try to act like they're, well, I mean, I didn't vote anyway. You're stupid.
You're literally unintelligent.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about some fun things, right? Because Valentine's Day is coming.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any plans. Chanel,
I have virtual plans. I have virtual plans.
Do you have any plans for Valentine's Day?
We will at some point. Me and my husband. We haven't thought about it just yet.
You know, I wanted to say it, but
my husband.
Listen, I wanted to mention it, but I know there's some people who, and this not saying this is you.
I reps mine.
You know, because you're an artist. Because I went through too many. You're out there. There's people who like to keep a low
profile on it. No, I couldn't do that. I'm just too genuine of a person to do that to my husband. I think it would be very disrespectful to do that to my husband. No, I'm married. I'm married. I's married.
I's
married now.
Let me see your finger.
Yeah. So we don't. Nothing set in stone just yet, but we're gonna do something. I mean, it's Valentine's Day.
What's your ideal date for Valentine's Day? Like, this is Valentine's Day, so we're not talking about like the normal we're going to dinner and movie. Like, what's your ideal date?
I'll be completely honest with you. I'm kind of nigga like when it comes to these holidays. I'm like, I know you love me. You know I love you. So here go this teddy bear.
Oh my! Okay, you mean that?
I don't do that. I don't do that. But that's how I'll be thinking. But then the Virgo in me is like, you can't give him a teddy bear. You gotta.
Well, what do you want? So you can give him a teddy bear, but what you want him to give you?
Honestly, I'm really, really down to earth when it comes to holidays and stuff like that. Like, even how I proposed to him, it was just him and I in our bedroom. Yeah, it was just him and I in our bedroom. Nothing special, nothing fancy, and he's that type of person too. So for Valentine's Day, if we have a nice dinner at home and we watch our favorite movie, that's nice. Ideally, it'll be nice to get like a little cabin in the woods and have a little love nest and, just be in nature and stuff like that. I've always wanted to do that. I love places like Gatlinburg and stuff like that, where you just really be in the midst of nature and serenity, and it's just you and your person. So I love stuff like that. I think his idea would be more so like going to the city. He loves going. He's a city boy.
City boy.
He's a city boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're gonna ask me my ideal Valentine, let me tell you something. I'm so social media, Instagram. I don't care. Like, I want it. I want the pictures. I want all of that.
Yeah.
I want the 2 dozen roses with them
with
girls.
the money in them.
I even get that.
Yeah, with the money in them.
With the money, or the girls where they have the bouquet so big they can't even hold it.
It's so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so heavy. I want that surprise. I want that get ready at 8. And then when I pull up, I want you to get the black truck or the Uber XL or the Uber Luxury. I want when I get to the table that
everything's set, ready for you. You deserve that.
I do want the expensive restaurant. I'm not sorry.
You deserve that.
I want the Ruth Chris. I want the STK. I want all of that where I come in, there's a little bit of roses on the table. Or even if there's no decorations on the table, I sit, my roses is right here. And he's spoiling me with gifts. And then after, I want to go in a hotel-y. And I never had a room decorated yet.
Oh, really? That would, you know what? My husband would love that. I just thought, you know what? You gave me an idea. My husband would love, he loves a hotel getaway, child. Let's go to Atlanta and like get in the hotel.
I want to start doing staycations too. I'm not
He loves it. He loves it. That's his idea of a nice like food service, hotel,
we'll do that.
massages, spa day type
just
of
for
thing.
one night.
Yeah, that would be
what
nice.
What hotel would you go to? Would you do like the Four Seasons? Because I heard their spas.
The W.
The W.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say the W's a nice one.
W's really nice.
They just opened up a Westin by me, y'all.
The Westin's really nice too.
Side, but they just opened up a new Westin by me. It is so nice.
They said that new Hilton one. I forgot what it's called. The one by the Mercedes-Benz Stadium is nice
the Signal or something like that. One of those. My ideal date for Valentine's Day, if I had a man, but
we speaking it into existence
when my man comes, because it's not too late, baby. It's not too late. But I think I would want to get like a Airbnb, like a high-rise Airbnb with a balcony. Ooh. Get like a chef to come and like cook, decorate it, like decorate the actual like living room where the chef, and maybe have dinner out on the balcony, get some heaters or something, and then like decorate the room with like a bunch of balloons and like roses and candles, and then set up that like nice R&B playlist. Get my good ass lingerie,
okay,
with the booty with the yeah.
Clap it.
Okay, and then like we could just tell each other like why we're so special to each other.
Baby, that's the reason why I love you.
Exactly, like you know, and I think that would be like my ideal like Valentine's Day date.
I mean, like when I was dating women, I would you know do that stuff like that. But I don't know, something about when you're dating another guy, it's like both of us are like, okay. But I do need to do a little something special for him.
Well,
so I will.
Staycation.
Yeah,
keep it fun.
So are you, not saying you are, but are you one of them like, I'm married, baby, I'm good?
On what?
No.
Good on what? I'm married.
Like,
I'm
you
good.
don't have to do the whole like shebang, because like you just said.
Oh
like,
yeah, I really am. Yeah. I really am that person. Like I'm married. We good. We see each other.
Yeah.
I am like that. Whereas, and my husband's like that too. And so we have to be adamant about doing special things for each other, because we are very secure in each other. And honestly, a nice weekend for us is just nothing to do at the house, watching TV. We're watching Vampire Diaries right now.
Love Vampire Diaries. I'm about to start it over. I love this.
This is my first time starting it. I was actually on the show.
What?
Yeah, I was an extra, girl, and don't get too excited. I was an extra on I'm pretty sure season 5, episode 1. And short story, I had such a crush on Kat Graham. Still do. She's gorgeous. And
Bonnie,
the girl who plays the Bonnie, and she happened to be there, and she was in the scene, and I was just like, oh, she's so beautiful. She's Jesus.
She is. Okay, if you're watching Vampire Diaries, then you got to watch the originals.
See, it's a setup. My husband is setting me up.
No, really?
He wants me to watch this so he really wants me to watch the originals, but he started me with Vampire Diaries.
Really, you're supposed to watch the originals first, then Vampire Diaries, then Legacies.
Oh.
Yeah, there's 3. So it's
Child, I had so many auditions for Legacies and never got it.
Originals and then Legacies, like, okay. Now, do you guys think that Galentine's Day is a fraud? Like, do you think that's a desperate play for women? Because I feel like, I have a great friend group. Like, some of my friends are in relationships, some of them are not. Yeah. And even if they still want to celebrate with us. I feel like growing up, like me and my friends used to give like Valentine's Day gifts to each other. But we see a lot of times, like on social media, the minute men see Galentine's Day, it's like, oh, y'all desperate, y'all single, blah, blah, blah.
That's what they're saying. Don't call that nigga back.
Yeah.
That's what they're saying for real. What women can't just enjoy each other,
or just enjoy being single? Like,
I had Galentine's days, but not before I got married. With my friends, we would go to a restaurant and just celebrate each other. Like I think there's a beauty in that.
Yeah.
There's a beauty in loving yourself and celebrating that love. I don't think that's desperate at all. Niggas just be mad because they ain't a part of it. That's what that's about.
You the main one who playing games, not calling a shorty. You the main one.
You talking about I should have called...
You the main one.
Valentine's Day was coming.
They're mad because they thought you was gonna be sitting home crying, and you're out getting it done without them. That's what they're mad about.
I don't even look at it as a single lonely thing. I look at it as friendships. Women just enjoying each other. We're sharing love. I never looked at Galentine. And I know we joke about it like, oh, I ain't got a man, so I'm gonna go hang out with
my girls.
And I know women who are married in relationships like, sweetie,
I'm coming to dinner too.
My Galentine is with my man, but baby, this is a Galentine with a girl. I have not met a lady who's saying, I'm married. Like, no, that's a sink, like, girl bye. No, they like, oh, sweetie.
That's weird. Energy. Like, go have fun with your friends.
Men just, because y'all, Bati boys, all of y'all don't be doing nothing. That's what y'all are.
That's how she Trini, y'all. Okay. That's how Trini coming out.
I thought Bati boy meant gay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But I'm saying some of y'all might be because why you mad?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I'm saying some of y'all.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, Caribbean. Mm-hmm.
Okay, y'all. Well, that concludes this episode of the Here Grew Here podcast. Tajon, thank you. Thank you, Tajon. Listen, Tajon. Listen, tell everybody where they could follow you, where they could get the music, everything.
Yeah, so you can follow me at all social media at TAJONYX. Again, that's at TAJONYX. That's my Facebook. That is my Instagram. I'm most active on Instagram, so if you really want to be with the shits, go over there.
Period.
I am on Red Note, but not really. I'm on Fanbase, but not really. I'm really more so on Instagram and TikTok. Okay. So if you really want to keep up with your boy, what the day-to-day looks like, follow me on there. On all my social media platforms, the link in my bio will direct you to my album called Phantom Fire. It's wherever music is enjoyed and streamed. And so run them numbers up for me real quick and let me know what you think about the project. DM me, let me know what your favorite songs are, what your not so favorite songs are. I'm not above reproach, okay? If you got a little critique for me, give it to me. I want to grow. So yeah, just let me know what you like, what you don't like, and that's me.
Well, we appreciate you so much for coming on and just having these conversations with us. Y'all know what it is. I'm your girl, April B. You can follow me at it's April B _ on all social media platforms.
Yeah, it is Chanel Simone, and you can follow me at I am Chanel Simone.
And please don't forget, new episodes of the podcast drop every Wednesday at 8 p.m. And we'll see you guys then. Bye.
Bye.